Uja, Uben Nefer Nehas, Good Rising, Grand Openings, Great Awakenings. This is Good Rising TV. I'm Tachia Ahmet here on the Indian Corn is Edible Full Moon Edition. And I've already posted the horoscope summary and the analysis report at tachia.wordpress.com. And now we're going to have the KemeTones Cosmic Sound Healing, Self-Care, and Global Healing session. So we're going to jump right into the report with Dua Ra Sekhmet and Dua Ma'at Sekhmet. We have the Sun and the asteroid Pallas Athena in sidereal Leo. So that's going to be dealing with our creativity, using our creativity for healing, not just for expression or having fun or just, to release stress, but to really focus on the healing that the creativity can bring. So a lot of people are blocked, have creativity blocks in their creativity chakra. So I'm going to do a little bit of work on that today. So at KemeTones, we use the yellow fork for the Sun and also for Leo and Sekhmet. And then Sekhmet is the woman who loves red. So we're going to use these two forks for this part of the treatment. And I usually start off with opening and removing blocks, but I'm just going to jump right in because I've been, doing a lot of that already. So I'm just putting it on the womb chakra to eliminate any blocks I have with my creativity. I have a CD that I need to be working on, and the songs are already pretty much written. I just haven't made the time to, do the work. So I'm hoping that I'm able to open that up. And remember, sidereal Leo or Sekhmet began August 12th and runs till the middle of September. So this is a perfect time to really tap into your creative processes and really focus on the healing that it brings, not just the expression. Opening up the heart, opening up the throat, opening up the vision, opening up the crown, so we can receive the divine inspiration and divine intuition that will bring forth the creative ventures that will manifest tremendous healing power for the artists and those who experience the. I also want to do a little work with this tiny fork. This is the Ma'at fork or Pallas Athena for courageously breaking free of limiting beliefs using my creativity, my imagination, music, dance, to really release and let go of these burdensome emotions and negative thoughts. There's really two aspects of Sekhmet. There's the Sekhmet from the Assyrian resurrection story, and then there's the goddess Sekhmet on her own as a powerful healing warrior goddess. And it's important not to, mix the two up. But in the Assyrian resurrection myth or legend, Sekhmet is the lioness form of Hetaru, who was sent to earth by Ra to eliminate the unrighteous. And she got so comfortable with her job as Sekhmet that she didn't want to return to Hetaru. And so it was the cosmic intellect of Jehuti that brought her back to her natural state of divinity. So I'm just going to do a little chanting for that right now, that with our creativity, we're able to remember our higher self. With our creativity, we're able to bring about healing, and remembrance of our true purpose, which is to be enlightened. Duada, 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 kepra. Duada, 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 kepra. Dua sekmet, dua sekmet, dua sekmet, neterita. Dua sekmet, dua sekmet, dua sekmet, neterita. Duada, 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 kepara. Duada, 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 kepara. Dua sekmet, dua sekmet, dua sekmet, neterita. Dua segment, dua segment, dua segment, neterita. Coming up next is Dua Aset, Dua Heteru Aspolia. The asteroid Cetus and Venus in sidereal Virgo. Divine intuition is the divine mother of all. Let her guide you as you plant seeds of intention in your garden of life. Serve your highest purpose. And no Next we have Dua Aset, Dua Heteru Aspolia. Asteroid Ceres and Venus in sidereal Virgo. Alright. So we'll start with Venus in sidereal Virgo. Sidereal Virgo is known as Aspolia, and it's represented by a seed or by the woman planting the seeds. So again, let's do some chakra work. Purpose, purifying desires, trusting my intuition, remaining seated on the inner throne, remaining aware of my divinity, even when surrounded by chaos and adversity. Decalcification of the pineal gland. That's what I got down here. And then I talk about planting the seeds in the garden of life. Once you pull out all the weeds of negativity, as in negative thoughts and emotions, you can appreciate the beauty of your life. Oh yes, let's have some of that. So this is the tiny fork for Cetus. Sounds like Sirius. I almost said Sirius. I don't think I've ever used these poems together. Pulling the weeds out of my garden of life. Negative thoughts, emotions. There's a little bit of global healing. That the light beings in human form, living on this earth, remember their true nature, their highest purpose, and their divinity. May the sounds and the sound healings that I'm able to bring forth into a physical reality assist in this process. May we all remain seated on our inner throne and not be moved. All right, this is the Ancient African Adorations portion of Good Rising TV for today. And I haven't even got to the full moon yet. This is for Dua Aset, Dua Heteru Aspolia, or Cetus and Venus in sidereal Virgo. And I'm just looking at my notes right here. I'm just coming up with this in the moment. ase tua heteru. Nuku ase nuku heteru. Tua ase tua heteru. Tua ase tua heteru. Divine intuition is the mother of all. Let her guide you. Planting seeds in your garden of life. Serve your higher purpose. Remain seated on your inner throne. Tua ase tua heteru. Nuku ase nuku heteru. Tua ase tua heteru. Nuku ase nuku heteru. Remain aware of your divinity. No matter the appearance, adversity. Pull out the weeds of negativity. Appreciate, love the beauty of the garden that is your life. Tua ase tua heteru. Nuku ase nuku heteru. Tua ase tua heteru. Nuku ase nuku heteru. Attack. I'll figure out the words in the Medunetter and it'll probably rhyme a lot better. Like I said, I haven't even gotten to the full moon yet, but I've got to address these 3 portal openings in Pimare Asar, or Sidereal Sagittarius. We have Refan, or Geb, or Saturn. We have Pluto, which is Asar, also called Asar, and Set, which is Mars. So I'm going to do a little bit with that. And I'm going to do extraordinary vessels for this one. So this is really interesting for me because we have Geb, Asar, and Set. So that's going to be a good healing and for the masculine energy. So since I said it would be for the masculine energy, I'm going to do some extraordinary vessel works. The Dew, which is the governing vessel, and the Yang Kiao, which has to do with the eyes, because I haven't been drinking enough water and my eye flared up this morning. I don't know, the sunlight is beaming down, but the Dew is the one that goes up the back. So I'm going to work on these 2 points. And I'm using Jupiter and Saturn for expanding beyond limitations. But I'm going to address moving beyond limitations, finding peace among the chaos. There's a lot going on here with Saturn. With Asar, Pluto and Sidereal Sagittarius, transitions, transformations. What appears to be death or the end is actually the beginning. And remembering, rather than focusing on a particular event or desired outcome, to step back and acknowledge all that has been overcome and be grateful. And this will allow you to open up to even more wondrous rebirth. Okay, so like I say, the analysis is really in depth. Since I'm running out of time, I'm just going to do some, work on these points and know that what's in the report is the intention for this healing. It's always tricky doing these. Let's see how I can do this. Oh, here we go. So yeah, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm doing this extraordinary vessel work for the male energy, expanding beyond limitations, and traveling far away from limiting beliefs. That's the intention for this healing. All right. And then Set and Asar. Man, are they, talk about opposites. But they did they get a chance to unite? I don't know. Not really. Haru and Set did, so I guess in that way, Set and Asar did. But talk about the Lion King in sound. All right, so do that again. See if I can get anything in the camera. Nope. Just have to know that I'm doing those extraordinary vessel points, and you can do the same points with acupressure or stones or crystals. You can use Reiki, and you can find charts for the extraordinary vessels on the internet. I've posted them before, and they're not connected to organs. They're connected to patterns or habits or traits. Okay. Then the other one I'm going to do is the Yang Kiao for my eye. It's this one. So that I can see things clearly, see beyond limitations. Oh, and it's just the opposite. So I'll do the opposite foot and the opposite hand. On one you start on the hand, and the other one you start on the foot. There's like a figure 8 energy pattern, and for different reasons, sometimes this pattern is cut or blocked. So we use the sound healing to repair the damage. So the work I'm doing right now is to heal my inner male. I do a lot of work on feminine energy, bringing that up because we're in such a male-dominated society that you have to do so much to feel balanced. But it's a good reminder to me to, work on the male energy too. So this, I guess, has a lot to do with forgiveness, because if Asar wasn't able to forgive Set, and if Set wasn't able to forgive himself, the world would be in a way worse shape than it is right now. So I know I have a lot of work to do with forgiving my inner male and just the male energy in general. So this is good. I'm glad I'm doing this right now, even though I'm running behind schedule. So here we have Geb and Asar. Geb is the father of Asar. Geb is associated with the earth, and sometimes he's seen as green, but I'm using Saturn to represent Geb, so it's brown. And then we have Set and Asar again. Expansion, forgiveness, letting go of the ego or the lower nature, forgiving our lower nature. Sometimes it overpowers us. Right? Uja. All right, so it's been a long day, and we're going to continue with the KemeTones planetary healing, and then move on to the full moon. This is the third night of the full moon, and I'm gonna get this uploaded before the full moon night is over. And I broke my glasses today, so this is going to be very interesting. Right? So I'm going to start with Geb and Amun, or Raphan and Picayus. I mean, Raphan in Pimade, or Saturn in Sidereal Sagittarius. See, they're crooked. But I need my glasses. Okay. Traveling beyond limitations, expanding beyond limiting beliefs, finding creative ways to deal with obstacles, remaining at peace when surrounded by chaos. Kind of like living in America right now, because we're definitely living in chaos. And we need to find a way to move beyond the limiting beliefs that we've inherited. Try to move beyond the comfort zone. Some of the comments that I have on Pluto in Sidereal Sagittarius, or Nuk Puk Nuk Asar Asar. Transitions, transformations, rebirth, and renewal. Especially while this portal is open, what appears to be death or the end is actually the beginning. And I heard today that Pluto is going to be right next to the moon. So I'm going to hopefully climb up on the roof. Or some of my friends are going to the lake, but Dua Set, Dua Asar, the ultimate deception and victory. Victory can appear in ways that you may not like. Reflecting on the Asarian resurrection, Asar was killed by his brother and redeemed by his son. Thereby reborn, renewed, the resurrection. During this time of the portal openings, take some time to reflect on the ways that your lower ego zaps your energy, awareness, how it tricks you into slipping out of consciousness. Then reflect on what brings you back to your higher consciousness. What redeems your soul? What is your own savior without looking outside of yourself? What rejuvenates you, replenishes you? Stay close to this. So this Heka is in honor of the 3 cosmic forces that are retrograde in sidereal Sagittarius. Now I'm finally going to deal with the full moon. And when I started this report and when the moon was fullest, which was yesterday morning, the moon was in the sign of sidereal Aquarius, and tonight it has moved to sidereal Pisces. So this section of the reading is going to involve both. I have here Dua Jehuti, Dua Nebuhet, retrograde, Ku, or the full moon and Neptune in sidereal Aquarius / the moon moved to sidereal Pisces. What is the wisdom of this full moon? It's called the Indian corn is edible, so it's like a harvest in some ways. The full moon is in the sign of sidereal Aquarius. Pay attention to the knowledge and information gained during this time. This is information that you've been waiting for, and so now is the time for action. Right, so do a little bit of chakra work. My heart's desire, what I'd like to see happen with all the wisdom and knowledge that I've acquired over these last half century. I'd really like to see that manifest in this coming year, 2018, 2019. And just got some pretty amazing information that's going to help me put on concerts in the neighborhood and teach classes. And it's really unexpected, just like some of the things I've discussed for this cycle of the moon. And the report at tachia.wordpress.com. So I'm just really grateful for these opportunities that have just opened up out of nowhere. Just a smaller. Lots of things going on Ellis Avenue tonight. Even in the midst of all the chaos, we have KemeTones Cosmic Sound Healing, holding it down. It's going to be great when the Wellness Center is open and going to be able to help the people that live right here in the community. So with the full moon being in Pisces, of course, we've already talked about releasing emotions and dealing with emotions that have been, seated in us for decades. They seem to lie dormant, and then out of nowhere they're triggered. So we talked a lot about using our creativity to heal and to release these emotions. Now for the planetary healing. Even though we still have several planets retrograde, it does feel like things have calmed down a bit. And during this full moon time, ideas, thoughts, plans, visions, intentions, affirmations, it's like planting seeds in the garden of life. When you plant wisdom and knowledge, we bear the fruits of manifestation. Look at this. I still have not put the string. See how it sounds. It's okay. And now that the full moon is in Pico Sahu, or Sidereal Pisces, Nebet Het represents the container of our emotions so that we can hold them, control them, and not let them spill out all about. That's what I like to think of when I think of dealing with our emotions. So just visualize a huge vase or bowl that you just pour all your emotions into so that you can process them and release them at your own pace instead of just spilling out everywhere. So that's my prayer for this full moon. And we're all able to do a great deal of healing with our emotions by sharing our stories, sharing our experiences, sharing our truth. It helps us and it helps the person that receives. One thing I forgot to bring out in the healing for the full moon is to remind us that Jehuti represents the cosmic mind, and that within the cosmic mind is our divine mind, which is projecting our experience in our life. And that inside of our body we have a mind, but that mind is limited to our physical existence. So when you look at the full moon tonight, I hope that you're able to remember that we reside inside our mind, and that our mind is inside the cosmic mind, and the cosmic mind is represented by the full moon. Do it, Jehuti. All right, so in closing, I want to share a chant that I learned from Sevai Ma at the Temple of Aset for Jehuti, for the full moon. Om Ya 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 Om. Good Rising TV. I'm Tachia Ahmed, and I'll see you here again soon. Oneness.